Cooking your way through life.
Yo, hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking Your Way Through Life with me, Chef Drake. So, happy Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving week. So, I wanted to do something a little bit more Thanksgiving driven, but not a traditional turkey. Now, do quick recipes. So, we're going to do a roasted chicken today with some vegetables and also an orange and cranberry sauce. So, it's a 3-part step here. The first part, well, 4 parts, because the first part is I did brine the chicken, and you can catch that on the clip that you'll see later on in the week with the tips and tricks. So I did brine the chicken, that gives it the most flavor. Then we're gonna fill the chicken with butter and herbs and spices, and then also do a little bit of spices on top, but it's all gonna be roasted over our vegetables. So let's get our vegetables ready first. And we're getting the vegetables ready first because of the fact that we want these to go underneath. So I'm just chopping my potatoes in half. I already have everything else chopped, but the potatoes I'm just chopping in half. Honestly, because we're doing chicken today and not turkey, I know that this chicken is gonna cook a lot faster than a turkey would. If I was doing turkey, I could keep it and make sure that, these are whole potatoes. They can go a little longer, get a little more roast to them. But with this being a chicken, it's not gonna take as long. Also, you hear my knife touch that cutting board. My knife is very sharp, so just go straight through these potatoes. But my other vegetables that I'm using today are gonna be carrots, celery, onions, jalapenos. You know I like spice. Guys know if you're new to the channel, then you'll learn, but I love spice. So couple of potatoes there, leave those here. I'm also gonna put in some sage, which I put just right on top of the chicken there. But inside, celery, carrots, onions, jalapenos. And I'm just gonna toss this with a little extra virgin olive oil, the good stuff. Now, with that going in, put our seasoning today. So this is just an all-purpose poultry seasoning that I make. I put the ingredients up. Of course, I like just toss this all together. Smells like Thanksgiving already. I haven't even cooked anything. It already smells like Thanksgiving. So this is just gonna be my nice little roast vegetables on the bottom. I will add a little kosher salt because potatoes and a little black pepper. Don't worry about your hands being dirty because this is nothing. We're gonna get super dirty in just a second. We're gonna go ahead and get our pan. All right, I grabbed it with the wrong hand here. My pan is pretty hot because it's sitting on top of my stovetop. I'm just gonna use some more extra virgin. Using my dirty hand here, right on top. Yeah. And I'm not washing my hands yet because, as I mentioned, I'm going to get dirty in just a second. So no sense in washing my hands yet. Ooh, yeah. These look and smell amazing. So I'm putting these back, put this off the stove top this time. And now the dirty part. So I have my chicken here. It has been brined already, but I want to add even more flavor. So just like we would with turkey, I want to go underneath that skin where I can fill this chicken with different herbs and spices and other things. And I just have some butter here that's room temperature with the same seasonings that I put on top of my vegetables. I just want to get all underneath. So this is what I mentioned. Don't wash your hands yet because you will get dirty. Now, of course, this is chicken. So after this, I'm going to thoroughly wash my hands before I touch anything else. But that's why I want to do my vegetables first and my chicken second. Now, you also can go inside of the thigh cavity here and put some of the butter down here. I like to put it right underneath the breast, or right underneath the skin for the breast, and right into the cavity with the thigh. And then I use my hand to kind of smooth it up so that it goes all the way up. Yeah. As the chicken's cooking, this is gonna start to melt and give that nice flavor from the inside out. You can tell I'm sniffing here a little bit. Sorry, it's because I'm using the spices. I'm back in Georgia right now, so my allergies always act up when I'm here on top of my spices. So it's a horrible combination for me. If you have allergies, then you already understand. Thanksgiving season here in Georgia. All right, now my chicken is ready to go. One last thing before I put it on. It is spatchcocked, so I took out that backbone so I can actually open it up. So in just a second, when I wash my hands, you'll see that part as well. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, so I roll my sleeves up now. Fun part, you see that it's spatchcocked, so I took that backbone out, so it just lays right on top of these vegetables. You also can do this with a rack. I tend to like it like this because I like for the juiciness to go in, and that some of my vegetables get a little crispier, some of them are a little bit softer, but that's just me. If you do it with a rack, then all your vegetables get really nice and crispy, but then that juices and everything fall to the bottom, so it does soak up. This is especially good for the potatoes. The last step here is to make sure I get a crispy skin, and that's gonna be adding some olive oil on top, of course. And I need to season. Season on the inside with the butter mixture, season on the outside with the same seasoning, just with olive oil, and the same seasoning that's on my vegetables as well. So season, season, season. All right. Now, one more load up here. Might as well. Now you can massage this in, but what I tend to do is, especially if I'm doing chicken and not turkey, I kind of just leave it this way. And this is just because it cooks a little faster, as I was mentioning earlier. If you're doing a turkey and it cooks a little longer, you're gonna usually have it in so long that you wanna go ahead and baste it again. But this chicken's gonna cook in about 45 minutes, so you're all good. Let's go ahead and put this in the oven. Oh, see, I almost forgot. I just like to put that sage right there on top, and then I hit it with a little bit of oil. And we're gonna go in the oven, 375. All right, while that chicken is in the oven cooking, we have our second recipe that we're gonna be doing. It all goes together, super quick, guys. I'm just using cranberry sauce. You can use cranberry sauce right out of the can, or you can create your own cranberry sauce with fresh cranberries. I like using the can because it's just super easy and fast. Because for this recipe, only thing I wanna do is kind of zhuzh it up, as you like to say sometimes. I'm taking some oranges, and I just wanted to get some zest and juice. Remember, when you're zesting and juicing, zest first, juice second. I like the combination of the orange with the cranberry sauce. I think it just brightens it up. The acid inside of the oranges really brightens up the cranberries because it breaks through that sometimes kind of not so sweet, kind of tanginess, which I like, but sometimes just cranberry sauce by itself can be a little bit too much. Remember to take your stickers off. Don't do like me. Second. So I got the zest in. So now I'm going to use my knife. Now, if you're doing, I almost cut that the wrong way. I just use my hands here just to make sure I get it all and capture those orange seeds. If you want to get all of your orange juice out, a little bit more, then you actually can warm these up just a little bit. On the grill is a great way if you're already grilling that day, or even if you want to pop them in a microwave. The heat helps the citrus release its juices. So I usually will roll them in my pan before I juice them. Today they're okay because I'm actually going to use these for another recipe you don't have to worry about. But if you were going to use them all together and you weren't going to use them for anything else, make sure you get all that juice out. Now I'm just going to mix this all together. And since we add the orange juice, we want a little bit more sweetness in here for this. And that's where my brown sugar comes into play. As it's cooking down, it's going to give me that molasses feel and really bring these two together. So I'm just gonna let this go. We're not actually cooking it. We're just warming it through, reducing a little bit of that liquid and melting that brown sugar. So this will only need to go for about 5 minutes. And then that's gonna be our sauce. So now we just wait for our chicken to come out and then we will plate this up. Get ready. All right, so we need to rotate this baby because we want it to cook evenly. But you see, it's already getting some color on there. So that's a good sign. It's exactly what we want to happen. Perfect. All right, getting that golden brown. Nice. And all that juice is going down to the bottom and going into the vegetables.
10,000 years later.
Woo. Got the Beyonce smoke coming out, the steam from the oven. All right, nice. See that chicken? You see that color? Oh, we are ready. We are ready. Gonna be a good day. All right, guys, so the chicken just came out. Looks amazing. And now we just need the plate. So I'm gonna cut it and plate it, and then we're gonna put the sauce on top. I'm gonna cut it inside the pan, so I'm gonna do it over on the stove top. All right, let's cut this chicken. Now I would cut this on the cutting board, but since I have everything in the pan, I'm just cutting it here because of the fact that I want any of the drippings or juice just to go right back into that pan with my vegetables. Otherwise, I will just cut it on the cutting board. So let's give it that leg and thigh. And next, let's get some white meat on here. So I always like getting a little bit of the breast. Honestly speaking, I love Thanksgiving food the second day just because I like a turkey sandwich. So I respectfully give my guests, if I'm cooking, most of the leg and thigh meat, and I save the rest of this for myself. But today, let's play a little bit of everything. So got a little bit of the white meat and a little bit of the leg and thigh. So dark and white meat. I'm just slowly slicing so you can actually see the nice clean running juices. All right. Make sure you stay safe. Let's plate this and get ready for dinner. And see, this is the best part of having this one pan meal. Except for my cranberry sauce, everything is done in here. So all my vegetables are already flavored, already seasoned, and they're gonna come right over. So potatoes, I have the carrots, I have the celery, and now I have a complete chicken dinner. This is great if you're cooking for yourself or if you're cooking for a bigger group. So it's kind of one pan fits all. And I just love that all the flavors are pretty much already there for you. So guys, we got the chicken out. Smells delicious, tastes delicious. You have these amazing vegetables that you have that just have the flavor on there as well. And to make it more of a Thanksgiving feel, we also have our cranberry sauce. A little cranberry on top. And then because we're fancy, finish off with little micros. And there you have it, your roasted chicken for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share with all your friends and family. Hope you have an amazing holiday week. And don't forget, the book is out on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. You can also check out the Cooking Way Through Life podcast every Thursday, which will be this Thanksgiving. And then we also have other things dropping. So hope you have a great time. Happy holidays to you and yours. Have a good one.
Cooking your way through life.
Watching
Cooking
today's episode, I hope you enjoyed it and maybe even learned something. You know what to do next. Please hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons below and have a great day.